Was it hard to get his hair cut?
All right. Come on, fly. Okay, I guess I'll give this a moment or two for a chat room to populate. It may or it may not. How you doing? I have the camera in the best camera, the back camera of the phone, so I am not able to see any chat if there is anyone in the chat, and I will probably say that occasionally throughout the duration of this little broadcast, just so people can understand why I'm not commenting. What I'll do is, just say the little piece of what's on my mind, and then from there, I'll put it to the front camera, see if anyone's in the chat, and engage people. But just in general, shout out to all who may catch this video live and off the replay. A couple more moments, build a bit of a dramatic appeal by being quiet and waiting moments until I start. Well, I just felt like sitting in the park, around the trees and the nature and everything like that, getting a nice bronze tan popping off and everything, doing my thing, doing the push-ups, hit the curls up today, arm getting crazy, and this one, is catching up. There's things I enjoy doing, which is pretty much the gist of this video. And yes, this is specifically in response to a comment left by a one EStC or S-to-C or EStC. For the sake of this video, I will refer to you as how your name phonetically sounds, EStC. So this video is specifically to EStC, but especially on my main channel, if I do videos referring to, other people on my level, low tier for lack of better terms, commenters, YouTubers comparable to my small level, even if they're much bigger compared to me, still little shit, so to speak. If I refer to anything like that on the main channel, it's with the purpose of attaching it to a broader subject matter. You know what I'm saying? So I just say that to say this is not meant to be in the zone of fuckery or anything like that. Not to minimize anyone or anything. It's just this is not where I want to engage in low-tier soap opera-ish antics, if you will. You know what I mean? So, late last night, I did a promo video for a Tone Space Open Invitational, little open thing for anyone that may want to battle and stuff like that. And after that, I proceeded to abruptly run the broadcast. And it was late, it was on the spot. Nobody really came through to rock out. Shout out to Christ Council. I did see a comment. Yeah, you want to get up on that. So salute to Christ Council. You know what I'm saying? It's, I believe, the second time he has stepped to the plate and has shown, a similar competitive spirit to my own, where he's willing to just jump in the fray and get it on. So I salute, acknowledge, and appreciate that. So yeah, we'll definitely be getting it in on the next one. Shout out to Slapadon that reposted my little promo video that I did before the actual Tone Space Open Invitational. So shout out to Slapadon. He's been rebroadcasting a few of my things, little music things and everything. So salute and shout out to Slapper for that gem. as reference to a line in one of my songs. As I said at the beginning, I cannot see the chat, so if anyone is in here, shout out to you. I will, say my little BS and pick up the phone and engage the chat after the fact. But, in general, shout out to everybody. So to EStC, she had left a comment on the promo. I don't want ants crawling on my shit. She left a comment to the little video before I did the battle thing or whatever. The effect of, I am not impressed by you, or you do not impress me. You seem socially awkward. That was the comment in a nutshell. I don't know if it's verbatim, but close enough. So I ask you, EStC, I can understand if I do not impress you. That's perfectly fine. But why is it that you felt you needed to lay the impression upon me that I do not impress you? Because somewhere in that exchange, you still felt the need of an impression to take place. You laying the impression upon me that you're not impressed by it. Comparable to, like, let's say if someone's leaving, they're tired of something, and they make an announcement to everyone, I'm leaving. They want the attention for some reason. What that reason is, only you can say. I can only do as much as speculate, but I won't even devote the energy to speculation. So I'd like to deal with that part of the question, or that part of the statement first. And as I said, it's not to engage in the little fuckery, it's a means to attach that to a more broad, wide array subject matter. Now, you see, for the better half of maybe a year, I've been quite down in the dumps, depressed, if you will, lonely, stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And when I do things that I consider productive, like a little battle thing or whatever it is that I am into, be it bike riding, be it battling, be it just sitting down twiddling my thumbs, whatever I do, it's not with the sole intent or the primary purpose of impressing anyone. However, not to say that I am not grateful for those that check it out and are impressed or motivated or inspired or whatever their positive reaction is. I'm not taking anything away from them and that. I do appreciate that reaction. I even appreciate any negative reaction that is followed by some constructive criticism. However, I don't turn the camera on saying, oh, it's time to impress a bunch of motherfuckers. No. These are pretty much things I do to kind of keep my head above water, to keep pushing on, if you will. Indulging in productive things that I'm great at, like rapping, like battle, like anything lyrical, anything poetic. You know what I'm saying? These are my strong strengths. It's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Or extra saying strong strengths, but, it does emphasize the point. And I do these things for my own edification, for my own happiness, or to travel towards my path to my own happiness by way of, sticking to course, staying the path and the pursuit to things that will do me of good benefit. And now is the little part of why this is more for a broad spectrum as opposed to little fuckery about people, because I also encourage anyone to do that. Anyone that may be going through things or sad or depressed, stick to your strengths. Stick to the things that motivate you. Stick to the things that edify you. Stick to the things that um, are attached to your dreams and attached to the things that you believe will produce a much better life than the current situation you are in. Um, I just made the decision recently to do at least two things every week that are bold. You know what I'm saying? Things that I may normally, or anyone may normally be reluctant to do. So things that require a risk, yet also risks that can produce and yield a very positive, very outstanding reward. Productive risks. Two things a week, two bold things a week that are part of where I am going. Not where I want to see myself going, but where I am going. Because no matter what my current emotional position is, I cannot shake the intense strength and optimism. I've always been an optimistic person ever since a little child, smiling, happy, everything, going through all types of shit from a little boy up to teen years, everything, going through things that would kill or severely fracture some people. But I've always been optimistic, and even through loneliness and depression, I can't shake that optimism. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to share that, because there may be other people that are also going through things, that also have talents, that also have strengths, yet the overwhelming problems of the world, or the things that really attach to their emotional senses and bring them down, they may let that conquer them. So I want to tell any and everyone going through things, try that out. Two bold things a week that will be things that you do toward your strengths and toward your happiness and towards that future that you are going to attain for yourself. Two bold things a week between Sunday and Saturday. Have two things accomplished every single week. 4 or 5, things a month. You know what I mean? Pardon me, 2, 4, 8 or 9 things, 8 to 10 things a month. So back to the original point, I do not set out to impress somebody. It's not that cosmetic, I should say. I don't share my talents or anything like that for cosmetic purposes. Hey, look at me. No, it's way more introspective. It's way deeper than that. It's to edify that optimism that I will never be able to shake, no matter what I'm going through. And then times like these, where I get into the deeper meaning of things, this is to share that very same reason behind what motivates and drives me. You know what I'm saying? So that was thing number one that I did, the Tone Space Invitational. That was thing number one. Even though honestly, I will say I don't know where it really falls on the bold spectrum, because I'm not really shy in regard to battle or competition or anything like that. So for me personally, it may not be the most bold thing. And obviously, I've been on camera several times. I could perform in front of audiences. But it's something. It's still something productive, because I've had this battle rap live channel and idea for a long time. Shout out to some guy named Jay. He actually inspired me a lot. I actually met him in Manhattan, and he was talking about he wanted me to bring that back, because I was doing like hip hop news commentary and shit like that on the Battle Rap Live channel. So he was saying he wants to see that come back, but you know the throes of the world and you know emotional shifts and everything kind of put a you know what I'm saying a dent in that in the consistency with that. You know what I mean? So you know, yesterday my thing was to kind of jumpstart that again. Because yes, on Battle Rap Live, I do want to do commentary on hip hop and shit like that. I also want to stay true to the name, Battle Rap Live. I want to have the live battles on that channel. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of why I did that thing abruptly, because anyone in the audience, you could tell me if this rings true to you as well. You may have a million different plans and so many things that you want to do, and you just never start them because you, when you do start it, you want to start it official. You know what I'm saying? You want all your ducks to be in a row and all that shit. So if anyone can relate to that, that's me all day. So that's why I did the thing around 1 something a.m. It's like, you know what, I just gotta jump in here and do it. And I guess that would add to the bold part because the shit wasn't all the way together. The sound music wasn't really popping correctly. You still hear background sound. If someone would have jumped on the panel and battled, it may not have been in sync audio wise. I mean, I tried to test it. I think I got it together, but I didn't know for sure. But you know, at some point you just got to take action. So even if your shit isn't all the way together, do take action. Just jump in the fray. And you know what I mean? I mean, don't do it completely ass, but if it's half-assed but good enough ass for you to get the ball rolling, then yeah, just do it. Just do it. Everything may not be perfect, but that start is going to snowball effect into you perfecting it, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So this is the driving force of why I did my little rap thing. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me happy, or that's what lends toward the direction of happiness, even if I'm not all the way happy. You know what I mean? You know, there's ups and downs. Yesterday I was kind of cheerful, happy to do that. I think I ripped that shit. Nobody wanted it, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christ Council. If he'd recorded, he probably jumped in. But yeah, that's what that's about. So I still propose the question: est, why do you feel you need lay the impression upon me that you are not impressed with either me or what I do, or both? There's many people that I'm not impressed with and have zero interest in letting them know I'm not impressed with them. I just let them know I'm not impressed with them by not giving them any attention at all. And I don't care if they're aware that I'm not impressed with them, because I'm so little or not at all impressed with them that I could care less what their knowledge of my lack of impression with them is. It's kind of wordy, but I'm sure, you know what I mean, you'll be able to get it, all y'all out there. I could be a wordy person sometimes, but that's what it is. So that's that. Now to the second part, which lends to the title of this video, or the primary title of this video, social normalcy. The second part said you seem socially awkward. Well, I don't believe in conventional social normalcy or normality. My wording may not be correct. I don't really care. You understand what I'm saying? I don't really care about that, because I think being caught up with that, it strips or tears away at one's originality, one's identity, and one's you know, just one being themselves. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be socially normal. I mean, There are general rules of etiquette that I do believe as a society we should follow, and there are social normalcies or normalities that we also should follow so we can live together in a society. But that's where it ends. Like, I'm not going to, if I gotta take a shit, I'm not gonna walk up to an old man, let's say a homeless guy laying on the bench, drop my trousers and shit on his stomach. You know, it's that's a social normalcy or normality that I can subscribe with. Do not shit on the stomach of an old man laying on a bench, because now that impedes on that gentleman, right? However, things like one's unique quirks or mannerisms or ways about them, no, I believe everyone should do them. If it's not impeding on another person or tearing another person down, let them do them. I, in particularly, like weird people. Conventional term of weird people. I consider people that are oddballs amongst the pack. To me, those are normal people because they are themselves. They're not letting the exterior environment impede on them as a character too much. Perfect example, you could take any rapper, and when they're interviewed, or the cliche things that many of them say, oh, I'm in the building, I'm this, I'm that, with so many different cliche terms, yelling facts every 5 seconds, and they learn of a new phrase or a new word that all their peers are saying, and boom, it just becomes part of their lexicon instantly, and they're a carbon copy of the person to the left, right, back, and front of them. I look at things like that as weird. Why are you letting this other person pretty much program your behaviors, your mannerisms, your social etiquette, and everything like that? No, I believe people should be awkward. Awkward is them being themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Now, I mean, you have other. Uh-oh, this flash looked like it went out. Let me check it real quick. Okay, 8 people watching. 7. Damn, this shit is hot as a motherfucker. Shit. It's still rocking though. Oh boy. I think the flash was on. It went out. I don't know. I mean, you've got little rules of etiquette. You go in an elevator. I'll give you a perfect awkward example that I do or that I don't do that most people do. You get on an elevator with someone you don't know. It's just you and this one person in an elevator. You're going to the 6th floor, so you're going to share 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to share approximately 40 to 80 seconds together, depending on the speed of the elevator. Um, I notice it's like a social etiquette for someone to engage in conversation because you're in such close quarters with each other. You don't know the motherfucker. They don't know you. But it's like, oh, you don't want to seem weird, so you're going to talk, blah, 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 blah. That's like a social normality or normalcy, right? I don't give a fuck about that. I'll be in that shit quiet as a motherfucker, just going about my business. Most of the time, I'll have my headphones on anyway, so I promise I'm already preoccupied with what I'm doing. And, I notice like 9 times out of 10, the other person will talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're following that social etiquette of feeling they got to communicate and everything. You know what I mean? So shit like that. You know, I don't have anything against that. These are just, I guess, polite things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the same time, I'm gonna open the door for a woman. If I'm somewhere and a woman needs a seat and everyone's standing, I'll get up for her. There's common things of etiquette I'll do, and I guess kind of the elevator thing could kind of fall aligned with that. But I think I'm more the rebellious type. Like, look, I don't know you. I'm just here chilling. You go where you go. I go where I go. Do you? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say nothing to you. But so that may be an extreme example. But little quirks and things that make an individual. It's for everybody watching. The 8-7, whoever's in here on this hot ass phone, or you little people inside this hot ass phone of mine. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Do you? You don't gotta be the one uttering the new phrase that comes out that's the new lit thing or anything like that. You know what I mean? do the fuck you. Me and my team used to make up our own words and our own phrases and would say that. You know what I'm saying? So to the awkwardness, I have that to say. However, I've been pretty much alone for the good part of a little over a year. You know what I'm saying? And that loneliness and that solitude, it can eat away at some regular social norms. I mean, I could turn on the charm and everything, but you know what it is, y'all? I hate to be fake. I don't like being fake at all. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that um, move other people just don't move me to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like going to a club or trying to, just have a warm body next to them at night that they don't necessarily know like that or care for. Shit like that. Like I'll choose my solitude or my loneliness way before that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that comes with the awkwardness. It probably goes hand in hand. I would think when you are somewhat of a hermit or to yourself, than to the social fear, if that's the term, it is now, to the social fear, social sphere rather, you would be the odd man or the odd woman out. But I just be myself. Like I'm not going to fake the funk just to fit in or to be a part of a gathering. I've always been my own lone wolf, and I'll probably always be that. You know what I mean? So that's to the social awkward part. Shout out to all the social awkward people out there. Please keep up the great work. Now, you've not a glass forehead, EStC, that I'm aware of. So I could only speculate on what motivated you to, leave that "look at me, I'm not impressed by you" comment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're a woman, so that's along the line of what women do. You would get a pass way quicker than a man jumping all out for that attention. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll make some concessions for that. However, if I had to speculate, it would have something to do with things that are, leaving the broad scape and rules and jewels that I'm dropping and going into the small little fuckery atmosphere. I would guess, again, I do not know, but I would guess it would have something to do with styles and being in this chat room and shit, as I've seen you in Slapper's chat room, what some people may interpret as defending him or defending some absurdities or not calling him out, styles that is, on some absurdities while defending him on others and all of that. And you may see me as someone in contention, especially in a video involving competition and battle, as anyone that follows the fuckery storyline, the styles, tone, space, lyrical rivalry, um, is part of what the etherical writers team had written in the proverbial script and storyline. You know what I mean? Again, I'm wordy. That's another example of my wordiness. You know what I mean? So I could only guess it's I don't know, it's more along the lines of in defense of him or something. It's my guess. I don't know. You don't got a glass for it. Maybe you do, but I don't know. Uh, to that, I would say I don't give a fuck, in essence, meaning that I'm not invested in these people, the Styles, the Cliff, the LA, before anything. I'm my own person. Now, it also goes back to what I said about what we do to get ourselves through depression or feeling bad and stuff like that. I can easily see that the little fuckery and getting lost in the storylines and invested in this person and that person, you know what I'm saying? It could get a lot of people through the day. You know what I'm saying? Vicariously getting invested into others people's shit might get them through their thing. You may be similar. You may be going through some things and involving the fuckery. Maybe your tonic to help you out. I don't know. But going back to what I initially said, mine are things of my own thing. You know what I'm saying? The only involvement I have in any of this is when I, by name, am particularly brought up. So that's the only involvement I have or care to have. And anytime I mention anything about it, it's usually in response to me having been brought up, comparable to a one LDY's earlier, right? As I saw, we did a video. A lot of people been hitting him up with such and such, such and such. So he did a video because his name was brought up. To say the same applies to me. And I'm definitely not out here just cold defending anybody if I'm not particularly attached to it. The only real concern I have in any of this with these people is sincerely not wanting to see anyone get hurt or worse. You understand? In particular, Styles getting hurt or worse by Cliff. And that's not to say one's stronger than the other or anything. That's just my outside look at the situation and how I see things could go down. And yes, in that regard, whether I fuck with Styles or do not, which I do not, I still am concerned for his safety, if that makes sense. I am not, I've had enough of an exchange and an affinity toward him here and there and everything. It doesn't, sometimes the person that you beef with, you'll care more about the stranger that you've never known at all. You understand what I'm saying? You've still invested a good amount of your life's time and energy with them. Energy itself knows no negative or positive. It is energy. The negative and positive comes when we come into play with our emotions. Then we manipulate the energy in that level. But at the base, it is still energy. So there's still been energy invested in my life in knowing who that person is through watching them or whatever the fuck. So because of that reason, I would have more concern for his safety than, let's say, the bum on the bench getting his stomach shitted on by someone that has absolutely no social etiquette shitting on the poor man's stomach like that. You get it? So aside from that, I'm just not too invested. You don't see me out here not being attached to anything, defending someone, defending LA or defending this one or that one. My only input is when I am put in the situation, even if by name or whatever the heck. You know what I'm saying? So, and I say that to say, EStC, at no point do I recall ever bringing you up or me, myself, putting you in anything. Again, this is going with the narrative that you're doing this in relation to styles and situations or whatever. I could be totally wrong. This is just according to that potential narrative, right? So being that you as characters on a screen, a little picture or whatever, I've never heard your voice or seen you do a video. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. But I've never had a bad or a good word or a word at all to say about you. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going with that narrative and that narrative related to all that bullshit is true, then you got to ask yourself, really, what attachment do you have to, I guess, lack of better terms, take a shot at me if you've never been brought up by me under any circumstance? You know what I'm saying? That's for you to think about, or whatever the heck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And again, you don't have a glass forehead. But if for whatever reason you're engaging in all this little bullshit and leaving comments and defending this one and clapping at this one, if you're doing that for any comparable reason of trying to find your happiness or get lost in something or anything like that, which I could be totally wrong, you could live a wonderful life. I actually hope you do. I hope everything is great for you, EStC. But if this is something you're engaging in to kind of heal something or work towards some happiness, then my recommendation would be, nah, you're not going to find it in other people's situations. You have to find it in your own situation. That doesn't go to you, that goes to anybody. Um, you have to find it for your own situation. Back to what I said. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Me doing my own thing is me doing my own thing for my own self. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sure, is an entertainment factor in watching some of this shit, but you have to leave it at just entertainment. You can't get lost in it. You can't get too engrossed in it. You cannot let it encompass you. You know what I mean? That's not going to work. That's not going to be a gratifiable or a suitable solution to whatever void you're trying to fill, or to whatever next level you're trying to get to in your emotional disposition. You know what I mean? So that's basically it in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? You can feel free to leave comments. You may be in the chat right now. Again, anybody that maybe didn't catch the beginning, I have this on the back camera, so I can't see the chat room. After I say my little rant, when I'm done, I'll hit the chat if anyone's in this motherfucker and see what you folks got to say there. And we're at that point right now. It's hot as phone. This shit gonna burn in my hand. Hold up. Hope it's still on. Let me see what y'all talking about. Woo-wee, this shit is hot. 5 people. Let's go to the comments. Now we got a couple. Christ Council in the building. Needs at least $5.99. Let me go to the top. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Simply D. Subtone. My risk taking internet associate. What's happening? Lost in the thing. Flock in the building. Tone's videos have ads. They do? Oh shit, I didn't know that. I know you can't read the chat right now, but if someone says they're not impressed by you or your talent, they're either an idiot, deaf, or jealous. I appreciate that. You know, but I mean, everyone got an opinion. I can't force. Let me put this phone on this thing because I can't even hold it right now. This shit is burning hot. You know what I mean? Everybody got a right to their own opinion and shit. He's monetized, bro. Got the super chat button too. Oh yeah, I do got the super chat. I forgot. Last time I checked, his channel value is alright, 500 a year, kid. Even if the channel isn't currently monetized, you can get a valuation for it on socialblade.com. Last time I checked, mine was net worth $850 a year. There was a before output. Really couldn't care less about monetization, but I love knowing that my little channel, right? It's kind of cool to know that, ain't it? I've never knew. Keep your head up, bro. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. Seems like everyone at Haters Inc. stuck in the doldrums right now. Yeah. Hey Michelle, what's going on? What's going on with you on Facebook? Okay, I got that. Off the replay, I'll run that back and I'll hit you up on there. Anyone who has had a convo or two with you knows what you're about, and what you're about is definitely not showing off. You're a very humble guy, mate. Oh, thank you. I try, bro. Keep on going after being docs. Oh, you got docs? Really? I didn't even know that. Fuck it, though. My volume is low, is it? Ooh. Whoops. I don't know what to do about that now. You're getting naked on Facebook. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. Send something my way. It was off the top of my mind, and I didn't feel like putting it through a filter, Michelle. You know, I'm a man. What the fuck you expect? Christ Council in the building. Yeah, we got to get that thing going, bro. I don't know about tonight. Maybe tomorrow we get that popping. I wouldn't call it a rivalry. He's not on your level. Oh, thank you. Now, Styles is good on some lyrical shit. I ain't gonna shit on the man at all. He is good. Now, my extra humble, arrogant self will say, no, he's not on my level. But don't let that mistake you into thinking he's anything near whack. How about that? That's what I'll say about that. Big Rig was happening. Red Baron and thing, what up? And Brooklyn on me, what's going on, sweetheart? Some people just love to stir the pot. Yeah, they do. Big Rig, Baron. Okay, everything in the chat. EStC has not replied. Well, you know, feel free to leave a comment if you see this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no heat towards you. This fucking phone is hot enough in my hands as it is. I don't need any heat going on any type of thing. And I'm about to turn this shit off because it's burning my fucking thing. I gotta meet my man Dread. I gotta go to court in the morning, and I just felt like rambling about bullshit. All right, my good peoples, catch y'all later. I'm gonna hit you on Facebook, Michelle, off the replay. I'm gonna, you know, peep the name and all that. Storytelling, voice, and a comfort and trustworthy appeal to it all. I appreciate that, famo. How's your day going, Mr. It's going. It's going. I'll see how it is tomorrow. I gotta go to court. I thought it was the 14th. It's fucking tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all in a bit. Peace.